It's a wild roller coaster ride of meaningless trash. It looked like it is going to be Crafty and Chris on the scout roles. So, mystery solved. Then Flower and IDKFA. I wonder what that stands for. Who knows? As Neutronis immediately. No, wait. That was mode win. Immediately, completely flops his rollout. As you see the soldiers jumping train very aggressively. Actually, Tercio was on medic also as well. And, it's basically only Neutronis alive, and Martin has gone down, but everyone else is not really
Happy
doing
getting two frags, just controlling the low ground underneath the point there, as we were talking about before. Yeah, it's really important that he does that. He gets one scout and then cleans up the demo as he tries to retreat. So good frags going forward. No demo to contest anywhere on second. Martin did die for Choke Bustaz, but they should be able to get second for free, really. And they're going to probably get someone in position to try and force or drop the medic as they're pushing out here. Fat is just playing on the Spire, getting some spam out. Martin's coming up now to buff them on second, as Tercio and the rest of Digital Flow are trying to retake.
Shot on Spire. Immediately, we get what we want here. The Fac's going to jump up again very aggressively. Definitely gets everyone back, but Neutronis cuts him off here. So Tuya went in and tried to get the medic, but he did not succeed. Is IDKFA, is that Scatmo?
That would probably make sense. That is his... I think that's his avatar, right? I don't really know.
Nah, I forget.
I'm guessing that is Scammo, yeah.
He has Doom Guy. But then again, IDKFA. So we're going to move up Spire here. It looks like Martin's going to just climb it. They're going to try to get up top. Just make sure they don't get trapped in through the any doors. But they're on their track. And so Neutronis is just back on last. There's going to be a sentry gun. It's going to be a heavy. It's going to be a lot of AP to shoot through. Let's see how they do this.
They've got their 50% advantage, Mode Win and Crafty running through the choke now. The Uber gets popped, puts some pressure onto the sentry gun, it does go down. They've not dealt with the heavy, and there is a soldier in main behind them. Perlix, that is, does go down. But we see Neutronis above the point with the stickies. Pappy does a good job, clears the stickies and gets the frag onto the demo. And that will not be any sort of defense on the point that they would have wanted to have. I think they were kind of relying on Neutronis up in the point there, but Pappy dealt with him immediately. And at that point, the push was already over. Good first round from Choke Bustaz.
Yeah, that looked very clean. You know, basically the only bad thing happened to them was on middle. They lost their medic, but other than that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. Who is Mode Win, by the way?
I'm guessing that's funny, but I'm not certain, so I'm just going to keep calling him Mode Win.
Yeah.
Yeah, again we see Pappy just playing underneath the point. Sees a 1v1 with a scout now, as both soldiers from Digital Flow are being aggressive onto the scouts.
Martin stays alive.
Against all odds, again, just managed to stay alive and keeping the heals going for his team. The frag's coming in for Crafty, as Chris is going aggressive into Hunter. He's going to try and chase on these soldiers, sorry, the demo and medic here, but they are just going to be backing out, and I think Choke Bustaz are going to try and take Spire and control the high ground before anyone can contest. Neutronis, Tercio and Flower are going to be playing in lobby. I don't know if they're going to set up a forward hold or at least attempt it, but it's kind of risky when their teammates aren't really with them.
Yeah, we see a spy, and this could actually be pretty interesting. It's pretty difficult to actually get in as a spy when they're doing a forward hold like this. You know, you actually need to climb Spire and then kind of make your way into this tiny doorway. So I'm a little bit excited to see how this guy's going to do it. But actually, a soldier goes down to a scout. That's actually, now we also see the spy has made his way inside. He hasn't even cloaked it. There we go. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's going to try to make his way into main, but he gets spammed out. So the spy has been called, and we don't have a pause. I just liked already.
Yeah, I did as well.
Alright, but the spy has been called, so that's very unfortunate. Let's see how he tries to play this. He's actually just going all the way back to spawn. Crafty's about to spawn as well, so he will be able to get inside. You know, and on the plus side, they might just be super paranoid right now and just keep on looking for a spy that's not there. But
yeah, that's always, you know, one of the possible benefits of getting spotted on spies, that you can just switch off and make them continue to be paranoid. But and especially because it doesn't look like anyone for Digital Flow is spy checking just to see what off classes they've run. They did switch Crafty onto the sniper and switch Pappy back onto soldier. So we might see Crafty with an opening pick here. I think he's rotating to the left side to get a buff before he peaks. And there's just an edgy as far as off classes go for Digital Flow.
Yeah, Crafty's gonna try to see if he can line up a good shot here. He has been spotted now, so he's not gonna get a free shot, but he's gonna rotate down low here. Actually gets a headshot onto a soldier. Nice shot there. And the scout as well. Immediately gets headshot. Flower just running in a straight line, and that's a bad idea when you're playing against Crafty. I don't care how close you are to him. He's probably gonna hit you. Parallax as well. Just trying to spam out here. Crafty again hits him with a really nice shot. Crafty finally goes down, but there's no banner right now on the defensive side, so at least they don't have that to worry about.
Yeah, and they have dealt with him now, so some sort of opportunity for Digital Flow to try something, but it doesn't look like they're going to. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Flower taking Sniper. I know that he's quite capable in that class. He is just spy checking at the moment, and they have spotted that Crafty's back on the Sniper again. He hit a few nice shots quite quickly last time, so maybe he can get something else working, as both soldiers of Choke Bustaz trying to peek the lower main. I think maybe getting people on the floor just so that Crafty's got an opening, but they will have spotted him just about now as he's peeking top left. I don't think Perlic has actually crossed the sightline, but it just looks like he's giving respect to Crafty right now. Mode win, spamming pipes up, gets good damage onto Tercio actually. Tercio under 100 HP.
Jumping in here, tries to take down a sentry gun. Sentry guns, as it turns out, are really powerful and will shoot you down. The mode win has gone down as well. Let's see. They're just gonna back off right now and hope to make it out. So there are actually a lot of it. It's Rat Slayer on demo, by the way. So
okay.
I checked the avatar. Yeah, the Spire looks like it's gonna go down pretty safely here. The Chris has been debuffed pretty heavily. Neutronas has gone down, so that means that they can't really contest the Spire if they get put time onto it once again. But it looks like Tertius just made his way all the way back to last. It's not gonna even bother, and they will give up the Spire cap once again, and those are even.
Yeah, I think it's the battalion's back up again that Happy's running. We're seeing a lot of that today. But yeah, they are popping it now. No Ubers in play, 60% on Tercio, so they've got quite a bit of time to use this charge. He is just holding it right now. Both soldiers are playing towards the right side. I don't know if they're going to try and overwhelm top right. It does look like they're going in that way. He's leading the charge onto the low ground. They're going to deal with the sentry with spam. It's taking a long time though. Headshot coming out from Crafty as the scouts playing the point. They've got nothing to contest it. So much cap time.
You just need to breathe on it at this point. Yeah, Ubers have even been popped down here, and people are getting dropped from this Uber as well. So I think you just need to go back in here. Factus turns out to be Pred. He's now just going to jump onto the point, put time on it. There we go, insta cap, and that's going to be it. 2-0 in a very messy push, but I really like using the banners to move in like that. That was really tight work, and the repush just finished it off.
Yeah, it was really nice. They pushed with the slight Uber disadvantage, but they used their banner to pressure to get some frags, and then they forced Tercio in a position where he couldn't really do anything with the Uber. And then they had just got the players and kept their medic alive and healthy, so pretty much a free last at that point after the initial push. But going into this mid, we see aggression from Digital Flow onto the Choke Bustaz choke.
Very aggressive. Dude, Martin is just eating so much attention on these mids. Usually, it's really bad to just focus too hard on the medic, because if you bring a medic down to 10 HP, you just spend all your ammo on it, and then all the combat classes will just take you down. Martin has made his way all the way back to last. He hasn't been building properly because he was alone. So, they might still be able to push in here if they're fast enough and manage to get Spire in decent time. And Martin, he's only at 70% right now, but it's all a matter of does Tercio actually realize. And it looks like they do. They're just going to go in right away. Crafty hits Neutronas though, takes him down. That's going to make this push a lot less scary to deal with. Flower will get onto the point, and now everyone's just standing down here on the point, and they're not really getting punished for it because there's no sneakies to do it. It's a fight in the lobby as well. Tuya going down. Tercio, he's going to run here with a soldier, but no, he's not going to make it out alive. No way. Yeah, Crafty even taking him down. Neutrona's getting dropped there. That was really huge.
Scatmo in behind and drop down. No one else for Digital Flow's trying to do anything, but Scatmo's still behind. I don't think he got spotted by Rat Slayer there. He's just going to go back to mid, it looks like, going for the safe option. He's actually going through Hunter, gets onto Martin. doesn't really get enough damage to make it count, and it looks like djiḽital will just be resetting. They've got a full Uber disadvantage. They do have Flower on the sniper, so maybe he can get a shot. He's got a sightline towards house, he's not taking a shot yet, and he's gonna get pressured back. Gets a nice surf, but Pappy will clean him up.
Yeah, middle has been secured safely, but people are still being going out on Spire, but people just getting baited forward into the Nuze stickies. He had them on the jump pad, takes down 2 players, and surprisingly enough, people are just still moving forward. Look at this. Ratslayer going down so weak, but he doesn't get dropped here. Now he jumps in very aggressively. Sure, he's going to go down now. Yeah, there we go. That was a bit too aggressive, but
Pred gets onto Tercio, and he does end up cratering after Pred doesn't have any more rockets loaded, but it was enough damage to secure the frag. As the end result of that being Choke Bustaz did cap the mid, and they kept their medic alive, and they should have a sizable advantage coming in. They're going to be pushing just now with the heals. Scatmo is behind, he gets onto Martin, gets good damage onto him, but it's not quite enough again, down to 45 HP. Flower trying to follow up on the damage, but Martin was well protected.
Behind as well. It's a bit too staggered, this aggression.
Yeah, really good defensive play from the Choke Bustaz guys to cover Martin as they were coming into the choke there. I think they're probably quite used to that with the style of medic that Condog likes to play, so it looks like Martin's fitting in quite nicely, and they've almost got their Uber. They've got a 40% advantage. They're looking to push in top right just before they get it. The Pyro is nowhere near them to deal with it in the push, and they've walked in top right for free. Neutronus is above the point again. Soldier counter-aggressing, but he's going to get so much pressure. Perlex behind the point now. Sticky's covering it, and this could go either way, basically.
Yeah, Neutronus once again just in the 2. It's going to make it very difficult, but he's not helping his team in this fight, even though he is holding the point. And yeah, the team is just going down, and finally Neutronus has dropped down to help them out, and he does actually get a kill, but now it's just Martin. He has a very weak scout. Actually, it's a nice play. What a play by Martin right there. Really great.
The crossbow into the Ubersaw, into the crossbow, without taking much damage. That was a flawless medic skill 1v1 there from Martin. Really coming into his own as the Merc for Choke Bustaz, but now, because of those saws, the one saw rather, and the fact that he stayed alive and Tercio died, they will have a sizable Uber advantage here. I don't think they've got a banner in the works. Both soldiers are on gunboats, but they shouldn't need one because, again, it's 40% advantage. This time with a couple late deaths, so they didn't have time for a sentry. It's just a Pyro on the top right. If they can take a scout in, Crafty coming in now, trying to deal with this Pyro. He does a lot of work, and he's not getting killed for almost the whole Uber. And now they're in top left. They've got a bit of space, but this could still go either way. Perlex, if he can die quickly, then Choke Bustaz do have a good opening here. They should be able to get another scout. Scatmo getting the pick onto Crafty. And with 80% on Tercio, it's up to him and Neutronus to stay alive.
He tries to go for the hero play.
But they don't quite
manage to get it. Yeah, once again, it just seems like it's a bit too strong right now for the Nunya mix. They just keep on winning the DM fights and just manage to edge them out, and it looks kind of leisurely almost, the way they're just able to just win round after round after just some small struggles here and there.
Maybe they'll get complacent though. Let's see if... I imagine djiḽital are spurred on right now. They want to get around on the board. They don't want to be 3 down. Neutronus taking quite a bit of early damage, but Tuja, the soldier, does go down. First frag on the mid to Tuja, and follow-up aggression coming in from djiḽital. Crafty's in onto Neutronus, gets good damage, he does clean him up. Tercio will go down as well. Really good counter-aggression from Choke Bustaz, and they've got an opportunity to create some sort. They will get Spire for free here, but I think now would be a good time to go crits. I mean, it's not particularly great on this map, but it's just a great advantage to use with the timings that they have right now.
Yeah, we see Choke Bustaz Wi-Fi Fritz, which I believe is Poppy, has moved pretty far forward here, so he's hiding in a corner. So, you know, sometimes the demo man will go outside and try to sticky off the main area here, and then if he does that, he would be able to be picked off here by Poppy. But that didn't happen. This one is either too smart or just didn't think about doing it. So Poppy will just walk off. But Spire has gone down, as you said. And they definitely haven't gone crit streak because they haven't been building it very well. And here we go. Fred actually trying to go in here and get a pick. He actually hits one really nice rocket but then can't follow up. So nothing really comes of it. So both teams now have the Uber. It's been a while since I've seen a proper like bottom right spam tactic going on. You'd think people would actually try to get some strategies going like different suicide waves, maybe wait to spam in, sneak in a scout behind lines or something like that, right? Like you want to do that in these kind of cups, just to practice your tactics, especially when it's a map that you know you're going to be playing in the season. But so far, pretty vanilla things going on.
We do see Flower on the sniper on the top left shutter, trying to just peek into main, it looks like, but there's not really anyone there. Pred will be in the sight line for a bit of a fraction of a second, but it looks like Flower's just rotating between sight lines. He's playing in the top right just now. There's no one really peeking him, but 3 rounds up for Choke Bustaz. I don't think they'll be looking to make something too aggressive here. They're going to go for a bit more of a safe play. Pred peeking that lower right just by himself. Neutronis
gets Neutronis, that's huge. Yeah, now they can pressure the point really easily, and there's going to be no sneaky for them to deal with. They're also just going to run in here. Scout Crafty actually going down, and the Ubers were popped pretty evenly, maybe a little bit better on the side of Martin here, but no, the banner has been popped, and right now Pelix is just holding on to it. Like he knows he doesn't have to use it. Unfortunately, he can't reload his rockets, and he can't spam people out. So at some point he's going to have to pop it. Here we go, he finally releases it. He's going to walk into a sticky trap and take down the demo man. Great play, great use of the banner as well. And here he comes over to save his other soldier. And this push out has been incredibly successful. Now it's just a matter of can Crafty actually manage to cap this here on last. Oh, he's going for the engineer. Can he sidestep? Can he Matador? They're both just missing each other, and eventually Pred will win it. But yeah. No, the heroic back will not be a thing.
I think maybe he could have done that if he didn't use the knife, because the revolver, if you hit your shots, it has really good damage output at close range. I think he could have 3-shot that NG if he didn't miss. But yeah, he used the knife and it didn't really work. But
yeah, you can actually knife them and then 2-shot them with the revolver if you hit all of your shots. So yeah, using the ambassador can definitely be a bad thing. It's not always better, and Chris getting caught up there, tried to go back into spawn, but got juggled outside by stickies and rockets. Gets taken down. Neutron is gonna just lock off the area, and they're actually gonna go for last already. They can't put pressure onto the point quite yet, but the spam is definitely real. And here comes Uber, and Neutronis is on the point. They're gonna take off this spam right here, and it's gonna cause everyone to just move down there. And the demo man just needs to die, and he doesn't quite die, but they cap it out. So a bit of a comeback going on. Maybe they did get complacent after all. It definitely was a little bit sloppy, but it was also another heartbreaker round, going from one last to another.
Yeah, if anything, what I'd expect right now, off the back of getting the first round on the board, their comeback starting, I think Digital Flow are going to be feeling it. They're going to be quite aggressive. And I think Choke Bustaz are going to want to shut down this counter-aggression. So we should see quite a lively mid if morale is anything as I'd expect it to be. Both of them playing quite careful at the start. Scouts playing safe for Digital Flow on the left side. Pappy pressuring underneath. Neutrona's taking a lot of damage. Tuja goes down as the first frag to Crafty, and 2 more frags on Chris and Pappy for Digital Flow. It's a 3v4 right now. Flower is not really in a good position. He does go down, and Scatmo will be backing out with Tercio. Pred gets some good rocket onto him. Will he be able to follow up? Not quite. And 2 players left alive for both teams. Close fight on the mid there, but it will go to the hands of Choke Bustaz. And Tercio will manage to stay alive with Uber. So we should see both teams setting up to hold their respective positions on mid and second. And we should see some sort of stalemate for the next short period.
It was pretty disgusting actually on middle. Like the way Martin saved Ratslayer twice with arrows. Like Ratslayer would have died twice if he didn't get arrowed, and then he just managed to push back out and do a bunch of damage and win his team in the middle. So really clutch arrows coming up from Martin there, and if I was the enemy soldier, I would be really frustrated because like you sent demo down to like 5 HP and then you get saved. Actually 2 players going down in the resub. That's a really big play. And there's a soldier out here as well. Can he actually get out? No, not quite. Pelix will manage to clean up a little bit, so that's going to end up with 2 players going down for each team. But the Neutronis going down as well. It's going to make Spire a lot more difficult to contest. There's a soldier up on the Spire, but he's pretty weak. And Crafty, he's fighting this, but I don't think he can actually win it. And even if they do win the fight, like they don't have enough players to actually put time onto the Spire, so they will just back off.
Yeah, Tercio took a bit of damage in that exchange as well, but the spawner's coming in for Choke Bustaz, so they should be able to hold this. Push actually coming out from djitāl, Perlex leading this Uber. They haven't caught on to Martin yet, he does counter pop now, but with the amount of flashes djitāl had, this should be a much better Uber for Choke Bustaz. They get the first frag, and the Uber is just fading as they walk in the choke. Space being made by Pred, Crafty and Chris following up with the aggression onto Neutronos, who does go down. Tercio is weak as well, and he might stay alive, but he's so weak. 16 HP now. Everyone else is pressuring them out. They might be able to get the frag onto the soldier as well, but it looks like him and Tercio will just backspawn onto last. 4 seconds before the other 3 spawners come up, as Pred is already playing the point.
The Demo Man's going to come down here, puts the hammer down. Just so many sneaky spam damage kills coming in here, I suspect. Oh, actually, Neutrona's going to return the favor there. Just hitting some nice pipes and stickies and will actually save the point. So it ends up being a little bit too aggressive, but I don't know, that could have gone either way. And it's Martin, he wants these arrow kills so badly. Not going to get him. He's just going to go outside and he will have a new advantage.
But because of the late death on Tercio, who according to my HUD was playing soldier for a second there, that's a bit odd. There will be a big advantage for Martin, and I think Choke Bustaz, they get 2 frags opening up here, so they should have a good opening. There's no demo right now for djitāl, so they should be able to come through. The Uber coming in from main, Happy jumping top left, puts damage onto Perlec. They get frags onto Tuja as well. Tercio going down, it's just the Pyro Scatmo left alive, and that will be a clean last push with no deaths for the Nunya squad.
Yeah, it was only really the entry, right? Like they sent 2 players out to bases to get 1 kill, and then it was just 5 on 4 with an Uber advantage, and they didn't fail on that one. That was just a pure roll through on last. Really well played. And that's going to make it 4-1 with 8 minutes remaining. It's not over yet. They can still get a comeback going, but they need to hurry up here. Ratzler is actually pretty weak on middle. I think he failed his rollout. He's on his own slope, and once again, I think Tuya just only jumps the medic every single mid, and this time around he gets nothing, and all of a sudden his team is kind of losing this mid fight. Crafty comes in here, finds the back of Perlex. He will put some bullets into it, and he's got to move forward right now. Tercio is just pumping out heals right now. It's 2 scouts and a medic against a Demo Man and a scout and a medic, so this is like, I don't know, mega duo or something. So Flower will be the first person to go down, and now definitely unwinnable for Neutronos and Tercio, and they're gonna back off.
But they might try and do it. It looks like they are gonna take an Uber exchange, and Neutronos needs to hit his shots here. He gets the force onto Martin. They were on the enemy side of the map, so they did need to pop to get round. Neutronos trying to jump out round Valley, but he does get focused down by the scout. Crafty actually going aggressive in the backline. Does get a 180 meat shot by Scatmo, so that'll be that play shut down as we see Demo down for djitāl and Scout down for Choke Bustaz.
Chris tried to go in here, that's so much aggression once again. They really like to go through this here. The airshot comes out, again, surely gonna go down. Yeah, there we go. Even Scout's going down. Martin has been taken down, and all of a sudden the counter aggression is coming in here. And they will actually get this. They can not only contest Spire and defend themselves, but they just take down everyone. Neutronos with a nice cleanup as well. Chris
Crafty's hiding under the mid. He gets a sight onto Tercio, gets 1 shot. Can he follow up? He's dodging like mad, but he does get cleaned up in the end by Neutronos. Pappy trying to follow up to some degree, but he knows once Crafty's dead, it's beyond him, so he does just jump back out. Full Uber advantage now with no scouts to contest them 1 sec. Pred meeting them in-house gets a bit of damage, and he manages to stay alive, but he does get piped.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, just Neutronos right now is just cleaning up so well. Just gonna keep on moving forward, and yeah, lobby will be open as well. If they can just capture Spire with no incident, they will have a huge Uber advantage going into last. It looks like they are gonna do just that. Actually, gonna go into bottom right. There's a sniper there, so he's gonna be able to do nothing. Neutronos now putting pressure off top left, and as soon as they get some time onto the point, this should be good. But they're actually not getting any kills. That's a one way to fail an Uber push, and they just fail to do any damage. That's alrighty. That surprised me.
A lot of the Uber there, from what I saw, Scatmo was on point, and as a scout he was trying to shoot the demo above the point. By the time the Uber faded, he was just standing on 4 stickies, so he died anyway. It was not great. I mean, flashing a soldier to jump up is probably a better idea to deal with that demo, but Rattler ended up getting 2 kills and then cratering as he fell down. So yeah, I think he did a lot of work to shut down that push, as we see Digital Flow giving up Spire with Flower on Sniper, as Choke Bustaz did just retake it. They've got a 70% advantage, and it looks like they're going to go through house here.
Yeah, they might even go out through the window. They're going to do it. Crafty, however, does eat a pipe. And here comes the Sorter in the choke. Dodges the air shots, but that's going to be all that he can dodge. We see one Sorter going down. I think that was Pred. All stickies have been cleared. Flower's now on the Sniper in choke here. Gets off one shot, doesn't manage to really hit anything, and now he's very weak. He's going to need a heal. And if I was them, I would play pretty far back. I know they have an Uber advantage, but it's so easy to get forced in this situation. Actually, the Sniper will just get taken down. And here comes the Uber. And Martin might actually just be a little bit too far forward. He has grabbed the scout and he's just running for his life. But yeah, he only gets out barely. But I don't know. It actually turns out to be a pretty good feint, basically, or bait. As a single Sorter comes in, try to get down Tertio. That will not work. And 2 Sorters in house do the roamer trade thing that tends to happen when 2 roamers meet. But standing on Stone Pits, it's a bad place to be, and as long as they can put some time on the Spire, this should be a pretty easy Spire cap.
It looks like Digital Flow do have the players to contest this. They're kind of tentative right now. Only Scammel's peeking the balcony. Everyone else is further back. We know they're an Uber Desad, so it looks like they're going to set up for a forward hold. But Ratslayer is going to peek the shutter with his medic. They do get through. There's no stickies being replaced behind them, but it looks like Tercio and Digital Flow will be backing up just in time to get Uber on last. So they got exactly what they wanted out of that forward hold, but we will see a push coming in soon.
Yeah, it's going to run in here with Crafty and the Demo Man. Count Uber will come out. Where will they go from this? Looks like Crafty's going to rotate over on the right side. Will actually take down a soldier, so that worked out somewhat. As we see Pred coming in here from the... No, Scatmo, sorry. Comes in from the right side. Doesn't quite manage to hit the shot. He will back off, so he's doing just fine. And we actually see everyone just being okay, that was very aggressive by Flower. He gets taken down. And the counter-aggression, all of a sudden, people have gone too far out from last, and there's no stickies here. So just Chris standing on the point, hits some nice shots, and that's the counter-push. Just way too aggressively pushed out right there. They got a little bit too eager, I guess, and then they just got punished.
Well, so far things are looking pretty good for my prediction. I think the game's playing out exactly as I would have thought. For once, usually my predictions are terrible. But
yeah,
let's
you
see
said 5-2, I believe. So.
Yeah, let's see if Digital Flow can get around on the board to confirm my suspicions. It looks like Neutronus is going to be playing from house, mirrored by Ratslayer. They're both playing on their train. Aggression on the right side coming out from Pred as Pappy played lower. If boxed a lot of the Digital Flow guys just into choke here. Perlex flying through the air, doesn't get air shot, but looks like Pred's going to be quite aggressive on his own. Tuja goes down in the backline. There's an interesting trade happening at the choke where Perlex will lose out on that. It's just Tercio and Neutronus backing up from the mid, Flower meeting them as a spawner, but they should be able to take second as Pred creators in trash.
Yeah, scout onto Martin, but no, there's actually like 3 players standing next to him that will just happily shoot him and get the free kill. We do of course still have the Uber on last, and the Neutronus holding it forward lobby. Almost gets a soldier kill there with some stickies and a pipe. Not quite able to get it. Crafty catches out a scout, and Ratslayer will finish it off. So, you know, I think with a 2-man advantage, I think they're going to go in here. Again, the game is effectively over. Might as well make it win different, right? That's Tuya. He's so weak. Can he get saved by the Uber? Not quite. Look at how much this Uber has been milked. I'm not even sure that was worth it. You know, he lost so many players for it, but he still hasn't used it. Flowers take down a single soldier. Can he get down the other one? Yes, he can with some help from Scatmo. Tercio just holding on to the Uber here. Like, doesn't he know that if he pops the Uber there, you can build another Uber and then you get more points? I feel like this is a misplay.
He should clearly be going for the points right now.
Yeah.
Martin showing him how it's done with 88 points. Getting the assist on Scatmo right now as Crafty's fighting Flower in Valley. So they get both scouts. Neutronus is only going to be spawning as they push. But I think they're going to be trying to get the win difference with 41 seconds remaining. Crafty in on the top right does get the frag on Tuja as he's in the spawn. Happy peeking left side, so much pressure being put out by the Choke Bustaz players. Perlex a bit overextended into main. I don't think he's going to get onto Ratslayer here as the counter Uber comes in. Fred getting onto Neutronis. That'll be the first important frag in this fight. They're playing the point now. Everyone's boxed in for Digital Flow. They just need damage to be put out by Ratslayer, which he's doing.
Scammo going huge though. Oh, it's not going to be quite enough. That's going to be it. 6-1. Oh, your predictions
pretty dominant.
Correct.
Almost.
Yes.
I think the general prediction was right that dominant from Choke Bustaz with a bit of return from Digital Flow, but in that last round, I think their mid was pretty catastrophic. So it does end up as a win difference game. Pretty good stuff from the Choke Bustaz guys. I'd like to see them playing one of the other teams that are doing well just now. But yeah, any comments on that game?
Yeah, it was a pretty safe game. You could definitely tell that Choke Bustaz were more organized, and they just tended to win these any drawn-out fight. They would just eventually win out on, and I think there was just too much aggression actually coming out from, what was it? Digital Flow.
Digital Flow, yeah.
Yeah, like you saw so many times where they would go forward and then like at some point half the team would kind of run out of ammo, and then they would back off a little bit, and then the rest of them would go too far forward, get picked, and then just a snowball after that. So, maybe that was like the key factor in making sure that they lost this game. But overall, it was a very entertaining game for sure.
Yeah, it was quite fun to watch. I don't think we saw too many specific individual plays, some nice air shots, and Crafty hitting a lot of good shots on Sniper, creating openings for his team. But yeah, there was a lot of nice play with Uber leapfrogging and some of the banners coming in as well. I think the last holds for Digital Flow were just a bit lacking. I don't think they were really prepared to deal with some of the Choke Bustaz pushes. But I would like to have a look at the logs just to see who did well in terms of the stats.
Yeah, Crafty had a really good game. He went 30 for 17 on Scout. Top damage for his own team, only topped by Parallax, who had 341 damage per minute, whereas Crafty had 303. So that's Parallax had a good game, that's for sure. He did a bunch of spamming, at least on last. That might have been where most of it came from.
Really nice stats in terms of the KD, which is really important on demo. It's usually a good indicator of how well you play, at least having low deaths. 11 deaths, which is the lowest of any fragging class. 28 frag, almost top fragging, and putting out almost 300 damage per minute with 25% heals. I'd say that was a pretty good game from Bunny, or Ratslayer as he's known. A lot of it came down to the mids, but it did just seem like the Choke Bustaz were controlling them. If you look at the mids, only one of them did the Digital Flow guys win, and it's really hard to win or not be outclassed when you're losing almost all of the mids.
I think Tuya jumped the medic every single middle. Like literally every single one, and he went 7 for 25, and he only has 2 medic kills, and then the rest of his 7 kills, 5 of them were on soldiers. So he didn't kill a scout a single time. So if we had like our fancy plus minus stats, I'm pretty sure some scouts would have like +7 on him or something. Pretty brutal game for a roamer. Sometimes it's not easy, but he didn't help himself by just jumping the medic blindly every single time.
It's like what we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of different options for different classes on Badlands, and I feel like if you don't mix it up, you're probably neglecting a lot of opportunities. Especially on Badlands mid, for me, anytime I've seen roamers play or played against roamers, it's felt like, the roamers that mix it up, they'll jump your train one map, they'll go behind you the other, they'll hide in their choke for the third mid. That kind of stuff is really good and really hard to play against. And when you're just bombing the medic at the same time at the start of the mid, it becomes really predictable.
Yeah, and also just like going for the medic itself, also, like, a medic is not that important on a mid fight. It's kind of surprising, actually. But I don't know, like, doing damage on mid will tend to be more important than getting heals. Like, the longer the middle is, the more important heals become. But, like, immediately in that short, early burst, a medic is not the most important class, almost. Like, you'd think it is, but oftentimes, like, a soldier or a scout or a demo can be just as important. It all depends on their positioning and how much damage they can do in a short amount of time. So just doing damage to basically anyone is fine. You don't have to get the medic, because if you do like 140 damage to the medic, you did basically the same as nothing.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I think a lot of the fights came down to just fragging classes and who would win in the DM fights, like at the end of mids. And at that point, the medic's only so significant. There was one fight that was like pretty weird to watch, was when it was 2 scouts in the medic versus the scout demo and medic, and then the scout got dropped for the digital full guys, and then Neutronus had to take an Uber into the 2 scouts because they were on the wrong side of the mid. So that was a bit of a weird one as far as mid fights go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised why they didn't back off. I didn't realize they were on their own side. I was like, what are they doing? But no, they had to. They had to get out. But yeah, that's unfortunate. And it also just kind of shows that having 2 scouts at the end of a mid fight is just kind of the goal, because they will win any DM fight.
Yeah, especially when it's Crafty and Chris. Those guys are pretty talented, Speaking of which, are there any other talented gamers we'll be watching tonight?
No, I believe we only had 3 rounds. There were 4 teams in every group, so there's 3 other teams they have to play. So that's a game at 7, 8, and 9, and we just watched all of them. So
all right.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish it all up tomorrow, where we have the playoff games. I'm still not 100% sure on how they're gonna decide who makes it past, or if it was just seedings today. I assume it was seedings today, and then tomorrow's going to be the real deal. But yeah, definitely make sure if you played in this, leave a bunch of feedback for Collade. He's gonna read it all and hopefully get some good ideas for changes, like changes that are better than things we came up with, because some of them were perhaps questionable, perhaps maybe the best.
I don't know. I think the attack helicopter above Spire is the best idea Badlands ever had. Yeah,
no argument there. That's definitely true. But yeah, if you can come up with better ideas, definitely make sure you post them in the thread. He will definitely appreciate it. And then other than that, just check back in tomorrow, where we will be starting at, who knows? Let's see, 7 once again. It's going to be Sunday. I forget who's going to be casting it. I think I saw, let's see. Nope, that was the wrong. It's in like an Illuminati mumble somewhere. V2's on camera, right? So we got that one covered. So I'm sure there's going to be some snashy production going on as well. And then the casters will be Ombrak and Hitfire. So definitely check it out. I'm just about run out of things to say, and I've had enough Badlands for one day for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I can echo that opinion. So I guess we want to take it out then. If we're good, do you have any shout-outs before we go, Peter?
No, just thank you to Gemm for dealing with us and just making sure we're doing everything as we're supposed to do, and just also yeah, make sure you follow this channel so that you don't miss I-61. It's going to be in like a month-ish time, and then it's going to be streamed on this channel. So do follow it. Make sure you watch it, and also if you want to go to I-61 and you're on a team, just do it fast so I can actually make some fantasy teams, because it actually makes it infinitely better or easier to make fantasy teams if we know who's actually going to land. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, well, it's been fun. Thanks again to Gemm for the production. Peter, it's always good to cast. This has been Essentials TF coverage of the first night of ETF2L's Prolands Cup. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for some more epic Badlands gameplay.